Hi Lawrence, it's Fung. It's my assignment too about story listening. The story I chose is discrimination and injustice drove anti-Ducey's campaign for change. I do this video because as I watch it, it touched me and I have learned many good points for my practice today and later in the future in early childhood education field and for my personal life as well. I practice to use the 4 steps of deep listening in the unit to listen the video with my senses. I cleaned the Scammers 2021 by watching video again plenty times, started listening to the word to get and understand the content of story and use my heart to feel the storyteller's feelings. I didn't feel much challenges as following this approach. I enjoy to watch and listen again and again the story to get deeper understanding it. Because I agree, listening takes time. I linked the Rinaldi 2011 here. Over the story, I feel heavy as Auntie Ducey shared about the Torres Strait Islander people who was treated poorly in different circumstances. I had such a bad feeling as listening to the old pop was hit by the belt to cause a bullshit clips and were delivered to the hospital with a sub-reason. Didn't spell his name to the policeman. As we all talk about respecting the people, especially to the elders in our community, the Auntie Ducey also shared her view of respect that respect was a two-way process. I totally agree with that. Listening is an emotion. I link Rinaldi 2011 here again. I could understand Auntie's outrageous and agree with her decision to stand up and fight back against the police for the old pop. Even her career was damaged at that time by involving in this drama. Following her story, I could draw a picture myself that the Aboriginal people were treated badly on the part of the doctors and nurses that they were just uneducated people and knew nothing, not abilities to look after themselves, with full of discrimination and injustice attitudes in the hospital, and they also were ignored and didn't receive any good care there. And listening this period of video, my memory turned back to time when I just came and settled here. I had been suffer from discrimination as well, as I couldn't speak English well. It made me feel down so much. Visiting her mom in the hospital in Queensland in 1980s, Auntie realized that many Torres Strait Islander people with diabetes with the leg amputated, but nothing was done for them to support their lives and health. I could feel her angry temper as knowing the reality from her mom and by herself. Throughout Auntie's story, I noticed one thing that made me feel deeply heavy in my heart. With all the unfair, disrespected, ignored, rude attitudes from the people who held the power, the only one thing the Aboriginal people could do that were accepted it. Auntie Ducey is one of the heroes to stand up for them all, to get all the rights back as a human being and as the custodians of this land. She is a superhero for me too, as she makes her own business to stand up for the First Nation people and also support thousands young indigenous people to begin their career in health industry at AMS. I question myself if we as educators, what we need to do and practice the pedagogy of listening effectively working with the children and family. How much deep listening we do to understand their thinkings, intentions, feelings, and ideas to support children learning, identity, and sense of belonging, and build up strong partnership with their families. I can share my practical experience as supporting children getting through the anxiety separation in the early of the year with an inclusive practice. I listen to the parents' information carefully about their child and their own feelings when putting their young child in my care. With the children, I treat each individual equally and listen to their verbal language and voice during daily interactions with full attention, and I can understand them and support them appropriately. Even I will observe and learn from their cues and non-verbal language as well. I believe that every child has the same rights for their education, care, play, and so on, but not only for some or a particular group of children. It reflects that our practices are inclusive, no privilege, and avoid discrimination about gender, race, and abilities. Honestly, I love to practice a deep listening for my own personal life as well, and really want to be a bright listener. So I can help the people to feel better during their difficult times, even I may not do much for them, but at least I can listen to their story, give them a warm cuddle with a respect. Because everyone needs to respect and be respected by others. Thank you for listening and watching.